Okay. Welcome back. Or hello still. We're moving on to day 3. So just like we did yesterday, we've got some subtraction problems. So I'm going to have you go ahead, pause the video, and do those. Okay, so we're on 5.3. So 11 minus 6, think of that as doubles plus or minus 1. I know 12 minus 6 is 6, so 11 minus 6 must be 5. 7 minus 5, I can do that one in my head, or I can count back. That will give me 2. 17 minus 9. Now, this one, you could use a number line if you made one, or if you can think of it in your head. So maybe I'll use the number line for this one. I have 17 and I need to take away 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Puts me at 8. And I can also think of my addition facts, and I know that 9 plus 8 is 17, so 17 minus 9 must be 8. 8 minus 7, well, that's almost 0, but I know there's still 1 left. 12 minus 4, I can count back. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. And, oh, well, this one was 12 minus 4, and the answer was 8, so 12 minus 5 must be 7. Okay, we're going to do our graph together again because this one has one of those tricky questions. So this one is about Bobo's balloons, okay? Now, over on here, I want you to pay attention. Each line is actually 2, so they're counting by 2s with each line. So we want to be careful of that when we start answering our questions. So the question is, which color balloon does Bobo have the least amount? Well, I'm going to look at my bars. I see this is the smallest bar, and it's asking what color, so I want to look down for the color, and I see that it's white. So we can go ahead and write white on the line. Now there's that word range again. Remember, they want us to write a number sentence to help you find the range. They want us to find the difference between the biggest number and the smallest number. So let's take a look here. Which color balloon had the biggest number? Well, I look for my tallest bar. It's red, and I see that that was 10. So over here on my line, I'm going to write 10. Now, when I want to find the difference, you subtract. And let's look at our smallest one. We know that white was the smallest one, so let's find the number. It goes up to this line here, and when I followed over, there were 4. So it's 10 minus 4. Well, this is a combination of 10. 10 minus 4, I know, is 6. So anytime they're asking about a range, they want to know the difference between the biggest number and the smallest number. Okay? Now we've got some words. They want us to clap the syllables. So, and then circle the number of syllables each word has. So they give the example of polite. Now I'm going to have to tap my table because I am using my other hand to record. So I have polite. Well, I could hear that that was 2, so I circled 2. So let's do one together, and then I'll give you a couple seconds to do yours on your own. So we have the word exercise. Exercise. So let's clap or tap that one out. We have exercise. So exercise. I just heard 3 syllables there. So I'm going to have you pause the video for a moment to do your work. Okay, let's go ahead and go over the answers. So next we have stocking. Stocking. So I'll tap them out. Stocking. Stocking. I just heard 2. Then we have fantastic. 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 3 syllables. Next we have combine. 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 That was 2 syllables. Next we have space. 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 Just 1. Next we have hollow. 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 That would be 2. And down here, we've got another sentence. So we have the clown tossed candy at my pals. So the clown tossed candy at my pals. So we've got parade is let's too crowded. Page go yelled the. So I'm going to look for my words that have capital letters. Well, I have let's and I have page. Well, I know page can be a name. So this one has a period after it. So I know that that can't be the first word. So I have to look for my other word that is capitalized. Well, I have let's and I have the. Well, I know, and I see quotation marks there. I see let's and I see quotation marks around crowded. So if something is crowded, I might want to get out of there. So I think it's going to start with let's go, because go has an exclamation mark. So I know that that must be a very first short sentence. So I'm going to start with let's go. Let's go. Oh, and I got to put those quotation marks there. So I'm going to mark it off, let's go. Okay, then I had that other word that began with a capital letter. So I have the. So I think the, well, the what? The parade. The parade is what? Well, here's is, so I'm going to add is. The parade is what? We've got too crowded, yelled, the. Oh, I already used the. Got to mark that one off. So the parade is too crowded. Oh, got to remember that other. Crowded. So mark those off. Oh, now after crowded down here, I see a comma and quotation marks. So now I have page and yelled. So is it going to be page yelled or yelled page? Well, I see page has a period, so I know that that must be the last word. So it's got to be yelled page. So I'll add that. Oh, I'm going to have to get close again, guys. Yelled page. There we go. And I can cross those off if I want. Okay, guys, this is what day 3 will look like. Okay, so go ahead. If you're going to wait to do the next one, go ahead and pause the video. When you come back to minute 32. Minute 32 to go over the next one. Okay, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and do morning work 5.4. So, we've got our subtraction problems at the top. Why don't you go ahead, pause the video to do those real quick. Okay, here we go. 12 minus 8 is going to be 4. 8 minus 2, I'm going to count back 8, 7, 6. 6. 19 minus 6, well, I know 9 minus 6 is 3. So 19 minus 6 must be 13. 6 minus 3, that's one of my doubles. 6 minus 3 is 3. 18 minus 8, well, if I take 8 ones, I know that I'm going to be left with 10. 17 minus 9, well, I know 9 plus 8 is 17, so I'm going to do 17 minus 9 equals 8. Okay, we've got a graph next. We'll do these together because this one has some tricky questions. So we've got favorite animals at the zoo. We've got a lion, a tiger, a panda, and a giraffe. Now, each paw print stands for 3 students. Okay? Now, here it asks, what is the mode? All that means is that which animal shows up the most number of times as being the favorite. Well, I just look at which one has the most paw prints, and I can see that it's the panda. Okay, now again, the mode is which one shows up the most. So I look at which one has the most paw prints, and oh, it's the panda. So And I can count by threes to figure out how many the panda has. But right now, we're gonna say that the panda is the mode. And the panda has 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. But we can just write panda for the mode. So now we need to write the range. Remember, that's the biggest number minus the smallest number. Well, we just found out that the panda had the most. And when I counted by threes, I got 18. Now, when we want to find the difference, we subtract. Now, I'm going to look at which one has the smallest. Well, that one has 4 paw prints, 3, 6, and 2. So it must be 2. And I know that each one is 3. So 3, 6. 18 minus 6, and when I solve that, 18 minus 6 is going to be 12. Okay, so now we need to find the synonym for the words below. A synonym means a word that means about the same thing. So let's go over our words we'll go over our words down here first. So we have canine, little, chili, candy, locate, and mistake. And these are the words that mean almost the same. Error, dog, sweets, find, cool, and small. So we'll do a couple of these ones together. So first we have canine. Well, they give us a picture to help us out with that one. So what do you think a canine is? Let's look at my choices. Oh, I see dog right there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write dog on the line. Let's do one more. We have the word little. Now I cross dog off. What word means almost the same as little? Error, find, cool, sweets, or small? Well, I know that small means almost the same as little. Okay, so I'm gonna have you pause the video to do the next 4 on your own. Okay, let's go ahead and do them, the rest of them. So we had chili. What word did you decide was the same as chili? Error, find, cool, or sweets? Well, I know cool means almost the same as chili. And we've got candy. Oh, we've got error, find, and sweets. Which one is about the same as candy? I know that's sweets. Okay, locate. Error or find? Well, your parents might ask you to locate something in your bedroom. And if it's a mess, you might have trouble finding it. So I know that find is almost the same. So that must mean that mistake, oh, that must be error. And I can cross that one off too. Okay, we're down to our sentence. So we've got the sentence to read. Can you safely skate on the sidewalk? Can you safely skate on the sidewalk? Down here we have while was skating Drew, his scraped leg, he, and alone. So when I look at the words, I see the only word that has a capital letter is Drew. So I know that that must be my first word. So I'm going to cross that off. Now I see alone has a period, so I know that must be my last one. So I want you to think about how could you put the rest of those words together to make a sentence about can you safely skate on the sidewalk? So I'll have you pause your video to do that, and then we'll come back and go over the answer. Okay, we knew it began with Drew. Well, what happened to Drew? Well, looking at the words, I think Drew, something must have happened. He must have, Drew scraped his leg. Let's go ahead and write that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cross off those words I use. Scraped his leg. Then I've got while was skating he and alone. Well, when would he have scraped his leg? When would he have scraped his leg? I'm sorry. Well, maybe while he was skating. while he was skating. So I'm going to cross off those words down here. While was skating and he, and I've only got one word left. What is it? It's alone and it's got a period. So it's going to get close for just a second. Okay, sorry, just had to hold my paper to write it. So here we go. Here are all of our answers for page 5.4. So if you're going to take a break or come back tomorrow, pause your video. And when you come back, you'll want to come back to minute 40. Come back to minute 40. Okay, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing morning work 5.5. So we've got our subtraction problems. You know the drill. Pause the video to do your work. Okay, let's go over our answers. 12 minus 7 is 5. 6 minus 1, oh hey look, another 5. 18 minus 4, well I know 8 minus 4 is 4, so I know that 18 minus 4 must be 14. 9 minus 5, that's one of my facts that I learned. And the answer to that is 4. 11 minus 2, I'm going to just count backwards. So I'm at 11, 10, 9. So I'll write 9. 13 minus 3, I can count back again, or I'm going to take that 3 away from the 3. And I know I'm left with 0, so that'll leave me with 10. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll do the graph together. So this is about a sticker collection. Now, if we look at our numbers, each of the lines on the bar it counts by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So we need to make sure when we look at the bar that we follow it over to find out how many they're talking about. So they want to know the greatest amount of stickers, the biggest and the least amount of stickers, the smallest number. What, you guys can do those two on your own. So pause the video, find the greatest and the least. Okay, let's take a look. I'm going to find my biggest line, that's Mike. And I'm going to follow it over and I see, oh, he has 20 stickers. So that's my greatest amount of stickers. Least amount of stickers, that's the smallest. Ooh, well, look at this. I see 2. 2 people both have the smallest number. So I'm going to go ahead and the smallest number is the same for both of them. It's 5. So the smallest amount of stickers is 5. Okay, now we're going to look at the mode. Now, if we remember, the mode is which answer shows up most frequently. Now, we might say, oh, Mike has 20. It doesn't mean what number is the biggest. It means for this one, which person or people how many have the same number? Well, if I look, I have 2 people that both have 5. Everybody else has a different number. So if I have 2 people that both have 5, then 5 is the most common number. 5 is the number that is used the most in this set of data. So I'm going to go ahead and write 5 there. Now, remember, for your range, it's the biggest number minus the smallest. So I'm going to find my biggest one, and we said that Mike had 20. So I start with that, and then I will subtract, because when I want to find the difference, we subtract, minus, well, we know these 2 have 5. So it doesn't matter that 2 of them have 5 for this. We just know that it's 25 minus 5. And if we solve that, we know that it's 15. Okay, down here, we need to choose which of the 2 words they give us to finish the sentence. We have alligators and snakes are different kinds of reptiles or birds. Are alligators and snakes reptiles or are they birds? And then we have, do spiders like to eat candy or insects for lunch? Do spiders like to eat candy or insects for lunch? I'm going to have you guys pause, do those two on your own, and then we'll go over them. Okay, so what are alligators and snakes? Are they reptiles or birds? I think we know from our animal reports that we just did that they are reptiles. Oops, this is an L. Reptiles. Okay, and I can even circle that down there. Do spiders like to eat candy or insects for lunch? Well, I know what I like to eat, but I think spiders might be a little different. They like to eat insects. Okay, good job, guys. One more and then we're done our morning work for this week. So I used the telephone to make a call. I used the telephone, so somebody's making a phone call. Well, what might the response be? Or what might be happening during this telephone call? So I see said to your A, Brady with a period, invited, Granny, family, and picnic. Well, when I look, I see two words that have capital letters because I know my sentence has to begin with a capital letter. But if I look, Brady has a period after it. So can that be my first word? No. So my only other one can be Granny. So somebody must be calling Granny. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write Granny with my quotation marks and comma